Hi everyone, Mac here from Minards. Today we're looking at the new 2021 Reflection 311 BHS. Not a new floor plan for this year, but just a few slight updates. Let's talk about the features of this bunk model fifth wheel. So this unit's going to be a little bit bigger model. It's a triple slide unit. This is not meant for half tons. If you have a half ton, this won't work for that. You need a little bigger truck. Starting at the front of the coach, you got this beautiful molded cap. It's got some automotive paint on it, so it's going to hold color really well. And you'll see on the sidewalls that this is a fiberglass construction all around. The great thing about Grand Design is that they actually do all their fiberglass lamination in-house. So the quality is unreal. They really control the product well. We're going to get dual 30-pound propane tanks on this coach. That's pretty par for the course on a fifth wheel, as well as a really great baggage compartment. Just check out the size of that. It's beautifully finished. In there you'll see some lights, some battery disconnects. There is some 110-volt power access here with a hatch. We've also got some great thick baggage doors covering them up and keeping them well insulated. There's a heat duct going into this baggage compartment, as well as several going into the underbelly. While we're on that topic, insulation of the Reflection line is unreal too. So make sure to ask us about the actual R values. We can tell you all about it. Another thing I want to mention while we're on the camp side of the coach is that we actually have dual awnings. These are 12-volt power awnings with LED light strips. There's one over our main area here, the baggage compartment, the main entry door. And then we also got the second awning option. It comes off of the slide out itself. Sometimes they go against the camper body and then you lose a bit of the awning to the shade, but having it on the outside of the slide keeps the full 8 feet of shade for you. Just a personal note on this floor plan, I really like the big campside windows. That's what a lot of people are looking for when they buy a new coach. They don't want to just be staring at their neighbors. I do want to mention too, the tires on these are the Lion's Head Westlake tires. They come with a 1-year warranty, no questions asked, and then 5-year tread warranty after that. So now we're at the very rear of the coach on the campside. This is our outdoor kitchen. It's a nice, big, beautiful outdoor kitchen. Big fridge. This is a 110-volt fridge. Really, these outdoor kitchens are going to be party central. If you've got a lot of friends that like to meet up at your campsite, this is key. Lots of good storage. This is the same high quality cabinetry that you'll see inside. Lots of power access, good prep space, and they even gave us, it locks in good, this 2-burner cooktop. This actually runs off the onboard propane of your coach. And I should mention that the sink is plumbed into your holding tanks as well. So hot and cold access here is always great too. So for the rear of the coach, I want to mention that the back wall of these Reflections is a laminated wall, not a hung wall. That's just an important note concerning structural integrity of a coach. Some features back here, we have the 2-inch receiver rated for 3,000 pounds of towing. We also have the 4-flat wiring harness and a fully mounted permanent ladder to access the walkable roof. Now if we look up, you'll also see that black bracket underneath our clearance lights. That's actually for the Furion observation camera system. It's a wireless system that you can get aftermarket. All right, so we just stepped foot inside the 311 BHS. This is our only entry and exit door on this coach. Of course, right by the door are our quick access panel, all the main controls of the coach, the slides, awnings, main lights, tanks, all that fun stuff is right here. First thing you're going to notice about the kitchen setup is that we actually have opposing slides and therefore an island in the kitchen. Grand Design is very consistent with doing an offset kitchen sink to preserve your prep space. They're also consistent with doing these big farm sinks with the residential faucet and custom fit sink covers. Now the countertops themselves are like a Corian material. This is a solid surface countertop, so it's completely waterproof, very durable, long lasting. Particular note on this kitchen, I like the hutch right here. This is a great spot for your small appliances. There's lots of power access underneath. And again, more storage up above. All true hardwood cabinetry. The wood that they use is actually called Banak, B-A-N-A-K. Great hardwood construction, all pre-drilled, glued, and screwed. And then we got this big fridge. Big 12 cubic foot refrigerator by Norcold, 2-way power, and propane operation. And Grand Design always finishes these really well with their custom paneling too, so it's very seamless design. On the 311, we've got an upgrade to our cooktop. This is a more residential feel cooktop, and the huge upgrade is with the oven. The oven's much larger, it's much more consistently heating, and it actually holds temperature much better than the older styles. So this is a great setup if you're a camp chef and you really want to pull off a nice meal. Up above is a convection microwave. This actually acts as our range hood as well. It's kind of an all-in-one unit. And beside that is our dry goods pantry. They did a great job on this pantry. Overall, the whole kitchen's great. But built-in shelves set back a little from the door so you can still stand up a broom, and motion sensor lights. What more could you ask for? All right, so on to the seating section of our main living area. This slide is the one going into our campsite with those big windows. I do want to talk about the window coverings. They're these soft roller shades. So this is what all the high-end brands are going to in today's industry. This is actually the same stuff they put in their top-end Solitudes. On this model, we actually have the theater seat option. These are manual recline, and they actually lay down quite flat. There's also massage and heat functions, as well as these light-up cup holders. So they're super fun, very comfortable, great option. Up here, we went with the bench dinette. A lot of families like to preserve some of that storage in your slide out here, as well as having an extra bed option. So this does it all. These back seat cushions here are also reversible. So if you're worried about the fabric staining, you do have the vinyl there that you don't have to worry about. And the tabletop is a true cherry wood tabletop. It's actually beautiful with this faux live edge. And then, of course, like I said, the storage underneath. Now, directly across from our theater seats, makes sense, this is our entertainment stand. So the TV is included on this model. You can see our media center. This is the standard media center we've seen in a lot of Grand Design trailers. It does it all. And on the bottom is our electric fireplace. This actually kicks out 5,000 BTUs of heat, so that's going to keep you nice and cozy on those cooler days. Maybe you won't even have to run your furnace with that. Keep in mind, this is a bunkhouse fifth wheel. This is going to be great for big families, especially if you have some older kids. So to my right side, I just want to quickly mention the top bunk is a nice wide top bed. So great, you know, it's going to be suited well for older kids. There's opening windows, there's AC ducting back here, and underneath the top bunk is going to be the bulk of our main storage in this bunk bed. The shelves are incorporated into being a ladder here. We've got a bank of drawers and even a small wardrobe. You can see some cleats to add in another shelf if you want, but you can use it all for hanging too. Now, directly opposite that top bunk, we've got our slide out in this bunk room. I mentioned this is going to be good for older kids. These new teddy bear mattresses that they're putting in are much thicker, much more comfortable. They're actually a little bit longer and a little bit wider than we've seen before. Same thing with the opening windows, reading lights, and underneath, this is actually now just going to flip up and hold open with the new gas shock. But underneath is a tri-fold sofa. So a little different from the theater seats. This actually folds out into a nice sized bed. You can fit 2 adults on this bed, and there's no air mattress to mess around with either. So again, older kids, older guests, this room's going to work really well for everyone. The last really cool feature of this bunk room is the half bath. So you'll see there's actually a porcelain bowl foot flush toilet, your standard sink and vanity, as well as a mirrored medicine cabinet. They kept it really simple, nothing too much, but it really adds to the coach, especially if you're going to be doing long-term stays. Not everybody's sharing the same bathroom. It makes it easier on the family. All right, so we've stepped upstairs now in the 311. From here on, it's going to look very familiar to some other stuff that Grand Design does. The bathroom here, very familiar. Like I said, we've got the corner shower. These rotate out, full built floor in that shower pan. So nice size, good height for me, good width. I don't have any trouble showering in here. They're still keeping up with the mirrored cabinet above the toilet with a towel hanging rod. And then also the foot flush porcelain bowl toilet. Same thing that we've seen before. I like this little outcropping with a countertop and then storage in behind the medicine cabinet. The other cool thing that they did is with the slide out, this wardrobe slide, the pocket door will actually meet up right here. So even with the door closed, we have great access to some towel storage or whatever else you need. So to finish off the tour, we're going to talk about the master bedroom. This is in the very front of the coach. One thing I want to talk about tying into the insulation of these trailers, Grand Design takes the extra step and actually double insulates the nose cap of their fifth wheels. That's a common hot spot on these trailers when they're sitting in a site, or a common cold spot. You know, lack of insulation works both ways. So when you're sleeping, you want to be comfortable. These guys make sure it's going to be that way for you. Some features of this room. Nice full-size queen bed, 60 by 80 with storage underneath. They do their regular overhead cabinets. They're kind of just a pass-through. You know, these cubbies separated on each side. That's pretty normal with the wardrobe slide. And underneath, they're keeping up with the USB ports, the nice shelf, not protruding too much. The reading lights up above and on the sides. And then there's also 110-volt outlets on each side of the master bed too. So they put a lot of thought. There's a lot of intent going into these master bedrooms. They're just designed to work really seamlessly for you. For the main storage of the master bedroom, we've got 2 main drawers there, an opening window, and then another large wardrobe. This one meant for hanging. So they've got this really neat hanging bar, keeps everything very organized for you, even on the road. And a 3rd drawer underneath. So thanks so much for coming on this walkthrough of the new Reflection 311 BHS. This is our 2021 model. Some key points I want you to remember is that Grand Design is high quality. The outside kitchen's a big draw for this one, the campsite windows as well. You've heard it before, you're probably very familiar with hearing it now, but Grand Design is one of our hottest products of the past few years. So make sure you inquire right away. Make sure that you can get your product this year. You can do that either by going on our website, minardsleisureworld.com. You can also visit our Facebook page too. We're on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube. Keep in mind though, we actually have 2 locations now to serve you better. There's one up in Watrous as well as here in Weyburn, Saskatchewan. We're really looking forward to meeting you.